This clip of the Texas Bucket List is brought to you by Spirit of Texas Bank, Slovacek Sausage, Germania Insurance, We Rent It, and RV Source. Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List, the show dedicated to everything there is to see, do, and experience right here in the Lone Star State. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and when it comes to debating in the great state of Texas, politics and barbecue are on the top of the list, and we prefer barbecue. So when we pulled into Lubbock, we were told of a barbecue joint that could battle it out with the big boys. So we pulled on into Evie Maes for a little breakfast. Thursday through Saturday are three important days if you live in the plains of the Panhandle. Because these 3 short days, these 72 hours, well, less than that actually, are the only days you can wrap your lips around some of the most sought-after ribs in Lubbock County. And all of this was started by a man from New Mexico named Arnis.
It's German, and it's not a very common German name at that.
While he grew up just on the other side of the state border,
I would say that our community culture there is closer to West Texas than it is to New Mexico.
He prides himself on his meticulous method of making Texas barbecue.
Patience and having the desire to learn and a passion for it. It's a long process.
Despite being a relative newcomer to the game of bones, Arnis's reputation as the brisket slayer has him blazing his own trail.
This is the best barbecue west of the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas.
The barbecue here is awesome.
Based on my experience and my taste, this is just the best.
The first day that we opened, I hand painted that and sat it out by the road, and that was our sign. It paid for itself a couple of times by now.
Arnis started making barbecue out of necessity after being diagnosed with celiac disease in 2012. It's
an autoimmune disorder. I'm basically allergic to wheat, barley, and rye. My body doesn't know how to process the protein associated with those grains. There's no medication, it's strictly dietary change. And I got to the point where I could not function, like I was having panic attacks.
Arnis completely changed his diet and started cooking beef with an electric smoker. But soon he longed for something bigger, something more substantial. So he built his own pit.
I grew up on a farm and I always liked tinkering with stuff, and I enjoy welding and metal fabrication and all that, and I'd always wanted to build a smoker. I didn't know anything about smokers or barbecuing, but I always thought, I want to buy an old propane tank and build a smoker. Did a lot of research trying to figure out how to cut into it without taking out the neighborhood. And once I thought that I had a solid plan in place, I cut into it and built a smoker.
Day and night he worked with his grill, perfecting, learning, and trying to make the most magnificent meat possible.
Salt and pepper and patience. When I first started barbecuing, I would empty the spice rack trying to figure out a magical combination. And the longer I went and the more I tried, the simpler everything became.
Once he felt his brisket was the best, he set up a roadside shack.
It was really easy to blow people's minds whenever they were just going down the highway and saw a random food trailer on the side of the road with like nobody around. And you know, they'd get a sandwich and they think, man, that's a really good barbecue sandwich coming from a trailer on the side of the road in Wolford, Texas.
Now he's got a brand new brick and mortar meat house, complete with 2 massive pits and a long line every day he's open.
Now people come with expectations, and that's something that I don't take lightly. I mean, it's barbecue and it's fun and all that, but it's a daily challenge, and it's stressful to know that people are coming here, taking time out of their day, and I feel a real sense of responsibility to make it good.
I get here first thing Thursdays and usually Saturday mornings as well.
Richard Farkas is usually the first in line.
Good barbecue makes everybody feel better, doesn't it?
Originally from Central Texas, Richard feels he's found barbecue he can believe in.
I took a bite and I said, we have a new winner.
I can't imagine what it's like here on a Saturday.
It's up there with Franklin's, with Pecan Lodge, All of the popular spots in Texas.
Not a bad comparison to have, considering Arnis just started selling Texas's favorite fine food in February of 2015.
The only way I can describe our success here is fortunate, and we've been extremely blessed and probably a little bit lucky too.
Being from Texas, obviously, you're going to be pretty picky about your barbecue.
I feel a real sense of responsibility to make sure that every day is consistent with the day before. And that's the challenge.
Well, you can't eat burgers all the time to Texas. Now that's well worth a stop on the Texas bucket list.
Texas barbecue, it's the best, therefore the best in the world. And in my opinion, this is the best of the best.